Rinpoche Koroka Gumbal Kandi, Jioba Yuna Ruru Soso Haku Yare, or that Nuji, Ruru Sosing in the light, Ngale Habachipa, Dota Sono Tokares.
So also from our side as the students, those of us who are connected with Rinpoche, we're very familiar with what his wishes and aspirations are. And because we know that, we should have this aspiration that I will even do more than I was doing before to try to meet those holy wishes and aspirations. So in this way, just a little thing to think about to bring forth this vast mind as we engage in the ritual. So we'll start with the refuge and bodhicitta on page 5. And maybe let's just take a moment, 1 or 2 minutes, just to focus our awareness on the breath, the rising and falling of the breath. Develop some focus for this ritual and let go of any stress or thoughts from earlier in the day. Breathing in, I'm aware I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware I'm breathing out. And as we recite these words of taking refuge and generating bodhicitta, really try to mix the aspirations we're reading about with your mind. So, as before, I'll do a couple of recitations in Tibetan, as well as some recitations in English, so we have the meaning and the melody both. Ta dan rowa namge ta dan nyambe senjen tanje dudi ne zunde jisi jangju nimbo la jiji bardu perden lama damba namla chaozu jiu zobe songye chomden de namla chaozu jiu dambe je namla chaozu jiu Babe Gendun Namla Jiaozu Ji Ho Da Dan Jowa Namge Da Dan Nyambe Semjen Tamje Duni De Zunde Jiji Jangju Nimbo La Jiji Bardu Peden Lama Damba Namla Jiaozu Ji Ho Zobe Sangye Chomden De Namla Jiaozu Ji Ho Dambe Je Namla Jiaozu Ji Ho Babe Gende Namla Jiaozu Ji Ho. I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment. Go for refuge to the glorious pure lamas. Go for refuge to the perfectly enlightened victorious ones. Go for refuge to the pure Dharma. Go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Short verse for refuge and bodhicitta. Sangye che dan soge che nam lai jangsho bardu dani kyabsu ji dagi jinso gibe di dagi njola penjir sangye jobar sho Sangye che dan soge che nam la Jangju bardu dani kyabsu chi Dagi jinsu gibe di dagi Njola penjir sangye jobar sho. Special bodhicitta. Kyabje Ma Senshin Tanje Gi Dundu Nyorwa Nyorwa Yandaba Zobe Sangi Gi Goban Rinpoche Nine Kyang Toba Ja Di Che Du Jetsun Pama Droma Nejo Nyamsu Langwa Ji. In particular, in order to benefit all my mother sentient beings quickly and more quickly, I must achieve the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I am going to undertake the yoga of Venerable Aryatara. So we'll do the 4 immeasurables, once in Tibetan, once in English, and after the last recitation, we'll take a moment to reflect. Semshin damje dewe dan dewe gyu dan demba joji. Semshin damje dunge dan dunge gyu dan jewa joji. Semshin damje dunge mebe dewa dan mi jewa joji. Semshin damje nirin cha dan ni dan jewe tan yomla neba joji. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from desire for friends and hatred for enemies. So we'll now do the self-generation. If you haven't received an initiation into Tara, you can do the front generation. Rani ge jigi jesumba ma droma kojem barjur. In one instant I rise as Venerable Aryatara. Om Vajramrita Kundali Hana Hana Huampe Om Zoba Vashuddha Sarvadama Soba Vashuddho Han Tomba Nidu Jor Tombe Ngane Yamle Lung Rangle Me Ale Yeshe Gi Kabala Yangshin Gya Chewe Ngangi Nandu Nga Dutsi Nga Juwa La Jungwe Yeshe Gi Dutsi Gyatso Chembor Jor Oma Ahung Oma Ahung Oma Ahung. Oma Vaja Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Huambe Oma Saba Vashuddha Savadama Soba Vashuddho Hong Tomba Nidu Jo Tombe Ngane Kamle Tube Nunangi Nangdu Hungle Cheze Nang Rangjin Toni Nyamba Jeze Sozo Namba Chele Jama Wambo Jugi Choyu Saba Mebe Dewa Kyeba Chente War Jor. Everything is emptiness only. While it is empty, from comes cup vessels appear. Inside these, from whom appear the offering substances, whose nature is emptiness and who appear in their individual aspects. As the objects of enjoyment of the 6 senses, they give rise to special uncontaminated bliss. Om Agam Ahung, Om Pajem Ahung, Om Vaja Pupe Ahung, Om Vaja Dupe Ahung, Om Vaja Aloke Ahung, Om Vaja Gende Ahung, Om Vaja Nude Ahung, Om Vaja Shabda Ahung. So we'll visualize the merit field. We'll recite the words from the ritual, but if people are into it, I'll also lead a bit of a longer visualization of the 21 taras before we go on to the next part of the puja. In the space before me, on a lion throne, lotus and moon disk, sits Kadaravani Tara, who is inseparable from my root lama. Above her are Venerable Atisha and the other lineage lamas, and she is surrounded by the 21 taras and so forth, the yidams, buddhas, bodhisattvas, hearers, self-realizers, and oath-bound protectors. So I'll read from the instructions of Pabonka Rinpoche about visualizing the 21 taras. The central figure is Tara of the sandalwood forest, who is identical to the visualized self-generation. So that's green in color. Surrounding her, beginning in front and going clockwise, is the swift heroine, red in color with a wrathful expression. You should imagine her face, hands, posture, and so forth and that of all others are similar to the principal mother. So for all the taras, right hand in the mudra of supreme giving, and then palm of the left hand, a red vase of subjugation. In the same way, the great peaceful goddess, who is white like an autumn moon, goddess holds a white vase that functions to pacify sickness. The yellow-colored goddess holds a yellow vase that functions to increase your power and enjoyments. The crown protrusion of victory goddess is yellow in color and holds a yellow vase that functions to increase life. The goddess resounding with the sound hum is red in color, has a wrathful expression, and holds a red vase. The goddess conquering the three realms is red with a slight tinge of black, and is slightly wrathful, holds a red vase. The black goddess who destroys power of others has a gaping mouth and holds a vase that overcomes spells. The goddess who destroys demons and enemies is reddish-black with a slightly wrathful expression. The goddess with a mudra symbolizing the three jewels is white with a peaceful expression. The goddess who subjugates the demons and world is red, has a passionate expression. The goddess who dispels poverty is reddish-yellow, like refined gold, and holds a vase that dispels poverty. The goddess who makes everything auspicious is orange, extremely peaceful, and holds a vase from which emerges everything auspicious. The goddess who blazes like fire is red, has bared fangs, and holds a vase of protection. The black goddess with the wrathful expression is slightly wrathful, and holds a vase that strikes obstructing spirits. The great peaceful goddess holds a vase that pacifies negative karma. The goddess who liberates with knowledge syllable hum is red and holds a vase that functions to increase knowledge. The goddess who shakes the three worlds has a saffron complexion. The goddess who pacifies and dispels poison is white like the moon. The goddess who dispels infectious diseases is orange in color and holds a vase that dispels epidemics. The goddess who accomplishes all enlightened actions is white in color and holds a vase that bestows the various attainments. So do your best to visualize this merit field in the space in front or the single figure of Kadaravani, green Tara. So continuing with the ritual. In the space before me on a lion throne, lotus and moon disk sits Kadaravani Tara, who is inseparable from my root Lama. Above her are Venerable Atisha and the other lineage Lamas. She is surrounded by the 21 Taras, the Yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, hearers, self-realizers, and oath-bound protectors. Continue with the homage. Sangye tangye dube gu doje zembe ngowo ni konsho sungye zawa de lama namla jaze lo. Sangye tangye dube gu doje zembe ngowo ni konsho sungye zawa de lama namla jaze lo. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. You are in the nature of Vajra holder, the very root of the three rare and sublime ones. I prostrate to all gurus. Gombo tuje chedemba, tamche gyamba demba bo. Suna yunden jazo jin, dejin jela jazo lo. Gombo tuje chedemba, tamche gyamba demba bo. Suna yunden jazo jin, dejin jela jazo lo. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. Daba deja jewa jo gewe ngen song le joji, chidu dandan jojo ba jigyo chela jaze lo. Dabe deja jewa gyo gewe ngen song le joji, Chidu Dundan Jojoba Jigyo Jela Jalzelo. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality. To the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. June Jove Lamyante Laba Dala Rabdune Shingi Damba Yunden Den Soshe Gendin La Jase June Jove Lamyante Laba Dala Rabdune Shingi Damba Yunden Den Soshe Gendin La Jase. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. So we'll do the brief offerings, we'll do a longer offering later. So on page 11. Oma Sarva Tata Gata Sabari Vara Agam Bhajim Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nyede Shada Bradicha Swaha Oma Sarva Tata Gata Sabari Vara Oma Ahu. The seven limbs. Gewaze Nam Lai Jazelo Nge Shami Chujeba Malubo Tomene Sadidun Tam Jesha Kyabje Lama Jera Gorwa Matomba Dule Jone Jola Jegi Kolo Da Jenge Nam Jan Jo Jembo 23 heap mandala. Shingambu Wajo Menza Bumi Ahong Wang Chen Segi Saji Om Benza Rege Aho Chijari Koyugi Kowe Usu Ri Jabo Ri Ra Shalu Babo Lo Zambuli Nu Balang Che Chan Jamin Yen Lu Dan Lu Ba Ngaya Dan Ngaya Jin Yin Din Dan Lang Jo Jo Jamin Yen Dan Jamin Yen Gi Ja Shadu Lambo Rinpoche Lo Ginda Rinpoche Nudu Da Rinpoche Jandu Zumo Rinpoche Shalu Mabe Rinpoche Lo Nudu Kolo Rinpoche Nu Jandu Nobu Rinpoche Jangsha Du Chepe Bumba Nangi Shadu Nima Nubdu Dawa Daje Lunga Iso Longsu Duzu Ngezu Je Rinche Mandala Zombo Chukzang Chebe Zoje Ba Loi Lani Lama Yedang Kuncho Zum Labu Tuje Wangi Jene Dala Jinji Ladu So Jibegi Jojimedo Ram Ri Ram Luji Ne Verse for His Holiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. Refuge and Bodhicitta. Songye Chedam Sogye Chenam La Jangshu Bardu Dani Kyabsu Chi Dagi Jinso Giba Didagi Jola Penche Sangye Joba Sho Sangye Chedam Sogye Chenam La Jangshu Bardu Dani Kyabsu Chi Dagi Jinso Giba Didagi Jola Penche Sangye Jobar Sho. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Prayer for the desired goal. Le zo gungi jo negewe she samdang jowe tsu Sorry, I said Jinjilop instead of Zedusol. My apologies. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Page 16, first round. Ladan lamin jubengi shani bemula jude bomba gunle jozebe joma yonla jazelo la dan la min che bengi janin bemo la dide pomba kun le jezebe joma yom la jazelo la dan la min che bengi janin bemo la dide pomba kun le jezeme joma yom la jazelo la dan la min che bengi janin bemo la dide pomba kun le jezeme joma yom la jazelo. Devas and titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating mother who liberates from all misfortune. So we'll do the longer offering verse with the offerings together, but we'll recite the words of the offering verse. Pame sunam tole jongwa ye pame yun ten che yun shab shi me to du bo nang se jisha je re mo mo ja tso di pame ge yum jo me tso la bu pame tse den ye shi ngun ju so. Arising from the power of unfathomable merit, oceans of drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfume, food, music, which have unfathomable qualities, I offer to the unfathomable multitude of victorious Mother Liberators, please grant the attainment of unfathomable life and transcendental wisdom. Om Aryatara Sapariwara Agam Pajim Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nude Shada Pradija Hunswa Om Aryatara Sapariwara Oma Ahum Jesun me jala gu jase nge sha mi chu jeba ma le bo to me ne sa de don dam je sha ke ba ge wa nam la je ra go wa ma to ba du le journée jo la je gi ko lo ko roi da je nge nam jan chu chen bo. Do the short mandala offering. So ji begi jo ji me do jam ri rab ling ji Savior of the snowland teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion, to the lotus in the hand, Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. Refuge and Bodhicitta. Songye Chedam Soge Chenam La Janchu Bardu Dani Kyabzu Chi Dagi Jinso Giba Di Dagi Jola Penchir Songye Joba Sho Sangye Chedam Soge Chenam La Janchu Bardu Dani Kyabzu Chi Dagi Jinso Giba Di Dagi Jola Benjir Sangye Joba Sho. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So as we recite the prayer of request, I was reading in the oral instructions, and actually what we do is when we make the request, we focus on the front generated tara, and we grab on to the toe of her foot that is sticking out. And as we grab onto the toe of her foot that is sticking out, that is when we make the request. Let me and all those who need protection come under the supreme giving gesture of your right hand, as well as the refuge-granting gesture that liberates from all fears. So we'll do the first recitation in Tibetan of the 21 taras and the second in English. Onje tsu ma ba ma joma la cha se lo cha sa joma nyur ma ba mo chini ge shi lo dan ja ma jiden sun gen chi ge she ge se je we le ni jo ma cha sa tun ge da wa kun du gan wa gyan ni se be she ma karma jo ra so ba nang gi ra du je we ra ba ma Chase senu chini ge ge peme chani namba ge ma jimba sunju kato ji wa zeba samden choye nye ma chase jishin shebe tsu to te namba ge wa che ma malu baro chilba te be gewe segi shindu te ma chasa tu tara hu nge ge dodan choda nanga ga ma jiden jimbo shaki nente lupa me ba gupa ni ma chase gyashi me la tsamba lura naso wang chu chu ma jumbo rulan jisa na da ne jin so gi du ne te ma chase cheche che dang pe gi paro tu ko ra tu che ma ye kyan yun kyan shaki nente me ba chu ba shin tu ba ma chase tu re je ba chen bo du ki ba nam ba je ma chu ki shen yi zhe ye den ze dao tam che ma lu tse ma chase kun chu sun lo cha ge so mo tu ko nam ba ge ma lu che gi ko lo ge be rang gi o gi so nan che ma chasa rao du ga wa ji be yu gi ne gi chen wa pe ma je ba ra je tu ta ra yi du dang je den wang du ze ma chasa sa ji kyong we tso nam tam she gu ba ni ma ni ma cho we yo we yi ge hon ge pom ba tam she nam ba zhe ma chasa da we dong bo e gen gen ba tam she shin du ba ma ro ba ku na e ba me le ta ba shin du e rab ze ma chase ke be ta me ta ba we chen we na ne ma ye ken yun ken ko ni ko ge jai bu ni nam ba je ma chase sha yin la cha ge de ge ne shi sha ge de ma cho ye chen ze yi ge hon ge rin ba dum bom nam ni ge ma ki ma ji ma nyang en de ji che ye ni ma so ha om dang yang dang de be de ba chen bo jong ba ni ma cha se ku ni ko ra ga we jai lu ni nam ba ge ma yi ge chi mi nga ni ke be ri ba hum le jo ma ni ma cha se du re jab ni de be hungi nambe sabe ni ma ri ra manda ra dam be je den su nam yewa ni ma cha sa lai soi nam be ri da ta chen cha na na ma ta ra ni jo pe ki ye ge du na ma lu pa ni se ma cha sa lai so nam ge bo la da mi chi te ma ku ni ge cha ge we ji ge so da mi ra ngem ba ze ma cha se ni ma da wa ge be che ni be la rab ze ma ha ra ni jo tu ta ra ye shin jo ja bo rim ne se ma cha se di ni su ne ge be ji we tu da yang dang de ma do da ro la ne jin su na jom ba tu re ra jo ni ma sa we nga di te ba di dang cha se wa ni ni shu ca ji. Om, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of Three Worlds, true-born lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent as 1,000 star collection. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water-born in hand adorned, giving effort, calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with her feet the seven worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage, worshipped by the all-Lord, Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, honored by hosts of spirits, course racers, Gandharvas, Yakshas. Homage with her tray and pay sounds, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right in raging fire blaze. Homage to the very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champions, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart, her fingers adorn her with three jewel mudra, light ray masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage, she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with crescent moon, all ornaments most shining, Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out much light eternal. Homage, she mid-wreath ablaze like Eon, ending fire abiding, right stretched left bound choice surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scowling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana, she endowed with Om and Swaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder, freeze with Om and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to Re with seed letter, of the shape of syllable. By foot stamping shakes the three worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hair martun of Level, with twice spoken Tara and Pe, totally dispelling poison. Homage, she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dream and conflict. Homage, she whose two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with twice Hara and Tutara, she dispels severe contagion. Homage, full of liberating power by the set of three natures, destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. So, holding on to her feet as we make the request, Venerable Arya, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Second round. La 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 mi jibengi jani bemo la de bomba gunle josebe joma yom la jose lo la da la mi jibengi jani bemo la de bomba gunle josebe joma yom la jose lo la da la mi jibengi Jani bemo la de bom la kunle jose me joma yom la jose lo la da la min che bengi jani bemo la de bom la kunle jose me joma yom la jose lo. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Sunan jindu jubi sanje la nang la rangji me be che yun ja si me do du be nang se ji shab je se ro mo di nando ye me senge bula na nando de jin tu gi Jesus so. To the Buddhas abiding in the field of merit, this offering of drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfume, food, music, which appears but doesn't have nature, is offered with a mind understanding the offering to thee the inseparability of appearance and emptiness. Please accept it, and with the holy mind that experiences the offering as appearance and emptiness in the nature of great bliss. Om Arya Tara Saparivara Agam Pajem Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nyude Shabda Praticha Hum Swaha Om Arya Tare Saparivara Oma Ahum Jetsun me shala gu cha se nge sha mi chu che ba ma lu bo sha ge ba ge wa nam la je ra ko wa ma to ba du le jo ne ro la je gi ko lo ko wa da zhen ge nam jang chu chen bo ngo. So how are people feeling? Shall we do the 23 heaps again? All right. I'll take a no as a yes, or no comment as a yes. Jingambu wajo huam benza bumi ahung wangshen sege saji huam benza rege ahung chijari koyugi kowe usu ri jiao ri ra sha lu babo lo zambuli nu balang che Chan Ramin Yen Lu Dan Lu Bang Ayab Dang Ayab Jen Yeden Dan Long Shu Zhu Ramin Yen Dan Ramin Yen Gi Ra Shadu Lambo Rinpoche Lokinda Rinpoche Nudu Da Rinpoche Jandu Zumo Rinpoche Shalu Mabu Rinpoche Lo Nudu Kolo Rinpoche No Jandu Nobu Rinpoche Jangche Du Jembo Bumba Nangi Shadu Nima Nudu Dawa Daje Lunga Yizo Luzun Duzun Getsuche Rinche Mandala Zambo Kunzang Chebe Tsuche Ba Loi Lani Lama Yedang Kuncho Sun Labu Tuje wangi jene dala jinje la du so. Let's do the next part in English. The ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Next verse. Jezun Lama Damba Genam Gyechugui Kala Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niratayami. Refuge in Bodhicitta. Songye Chedan Sogi Chenam La Jangche Bardu Dani Kyabsu Chi Dagi Jinso Gibadi Dagi Drola Penchir Songye Droba Sho Songye Chedan Sogi Chenam La Jangche Bardu Dani Kyabsu Chi Yijin so gi ba di da gi. La penju songge ju bar sho. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Making the request, let me and all those who need protection come under the supreme giving gesture of your right hand, as well as the refuge-granting gesture that liberates from all fears. So the Dromanya Chik that praises to the 21 Taras. So we'll do the first recitation in English, second in Tibetan, and third in English. Om, I prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage Tara, swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of Three Worlds, tear-born lotus. Homage he whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent as 1,000 star collection. Homage golden blue one lotus, water-born in hand adorned, giving effort calm austerity, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with her feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage, worshipped by the All Lords, Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, honored by the hosts of spirits, course raisers, Gandharvas, Yakshas. Homage with her tray and peasants, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right in, blazing in a raging fire blaze. Homage to her very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart, her fingers, adorn her with 3 jewel mudra, light ray masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, mirthful laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon all ornaments most shining, Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out much light eternal. Homage she made wreath ablaze like eon-ending fire abiding, righteous puncture surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scaling with the letter whom the 7 levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana, she endowed with Om and Svaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder, frees with whom and knowledge mantras, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage Shure with seed letter, of the shape of syllable whom, by foot stamping shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hair marked wound of Deva lay form, with twice spoken Tara and Pe, totally dispelling poison. Homage she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage she whose true eyes bright with radiance of whom and full moon, with thrice Hara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating power by the set of 3 natures, destroys hosts of spirit yakshas and raise courses supreme Turi. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. Onje zu ma bama joma la cha se lo, cha sa joma nyama ba mo, chini geshe lo dang cha ma, jiden tsu gen chi geshe ge se je we le ni joma, cha sa dung ge da wa kun tu, gama gani shi be she ma, kama to ba so ba nam ge, rab du che we ra ba ma, cha se se ni chi ne che che, pe me cha ni nam ba che ma, jimbo sun ju ka tu zi wa, so be san chen cho yu ni ma, cha chen ze be se be tu to, ta ye nam ba ja wa che ma, ma lu pa ro chen ba tu be, ge we sigi shindu tema chazo dudara hongi ge dora shodan nanka gama jinden de hosa ginende luba me baguba numa shashan gashi me la zamba luna la so wang chu chuma jumbo rolan jisa nada nujin chugi dune tema chise chise chedan peki parotu go radu chuma yukun shaginende me ba chuba shindu bama chazo dure jiba chembo duki ba namba chuma chuki sheye choye denze dao tanche malu tsuma chazo kunlu sunlu chagi somo tuko namba gema malu chuki kolo gembe rangi ogi sonan chuma chazo radu gawa jibe ugi nugi chengwa bema sheba raji tudara ye dudan shenden wante tsema chazo sashi kongwe sonan tanche guba numa nima chowe yowe ige hongi bomba tangshe namba chuma chazo dawe dumbo oigen gemba tamshe shindu bama raba kune oba mele tabo shindu ora zema chazo kyabje tame meta bawe chene una nema ike yungun kune kage jai buni namba chuma chazo shangi no chagi jiji shashi shaki toma choye chense ige hongi rimba dumbo namni gema chazo gema jema shima nyangin deshin choye nima soham dang yang dang tembe deba chenpo jomba nima chazo kune garaga we jai luni namba gema ige chuni ngani kebe riba hongla jomba nima chazo tuni shabni debe hungi nambe sabu nima rira mandara dambe je jidan sunan yuwa nima chazo lao sun tim Rida chachen changa dama tara nijo peki ge duna malu pani te ma chasi lojin salang kya po lada miya chi te ma gune goshe gawa ji gi zula mi rangen ba te ma chasi nama dawa je be jeni pele oral ze ma hara nijo tutara yi shinju jabo remne se ma chasi zirin suden kyo be jiwe tuta yang da de ma tutan rodan jin so na jomba ture racho ni ma sawa nga di tupa di dang chasa wani ni Last recitation in English. Om, I prostrate to the noble, transcendent liberator. Homage, shouter, swift, heroic, eyes like lightning, instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of Three Worlds, cheerborn lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with light is resplendent as 1,000-star collection. Homage, golden blue one lotus, water-born in hand adorned, giving effort, calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, feeling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trembling with her feet the seven worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage, worshipped by the All-Lord, Chakra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, honored by the hosts of spirits, curse raisers, Gandharvas, Yakshas. Homage with her tray and pesas, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right in, blazing in a raging fireblaze. Homage to her very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart, her fingers, adorn her with 3 jewel mudra, light ray masses all excited, all directions will adorn her. Homage, she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, mirthful laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with crescent, moon all ornaments most shining, Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out much light eternal. Homage, she midritha blaze like eon ending fire abiding, rise stretched up and surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scaling with the letter whom the 7 levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana, she endowed with Om and Svaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder, frees with whom and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to her with seed letter, of the shape of syllable, whom by foot stamping shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hair marked luna of devil lake form, with twice spoken Tara and Pit, totally dispelling poison. Homage, she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels brethrens and conflicts. Homage, she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with twice Hara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage, full of liberating, powered by the set of 3 natures, destroys souls of spirits, yakshas, and raise courses supreme Turi. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. Request. Tujhe kanyam dronam dende drongedu de la drobe baje kunji jindun kemalu dewa jinjulo. Venerable Aryatara, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Aryatara, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle, that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Third round. La dan la mi che bengi jani be mo la de bomba gunle jozebe joma yom la jaze lo la dan la mi che gengi jani be mo la de bomba gunle jozebe joma yom la jaze lo la dan la mi che bengi jani be mo la de Pomba gunle jezebe joma yomla jazelo la dan la min bengi jani bemola dede Pomba gunle jezebe joma yomla jazelo la dan la min bengi jani bemola dede Pomba gunle jezebe joma yomla jazelo. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating Mother who liberates from all misfortunes. So we'll recite the longer offering verse in English and then the shorter offerings with the Sanskrit. From the nature, the existence sphere of pure transcendental wisdom, the illusory transformed goddess, the female offering drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfume, food, music, I offer in order to please the destroyer qualified Tara's multitude of deities. Please accept this and bestow upon me the common and uncommon attainments. Om Aryatare Saparivara Agam Pajem Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nude Sharda Pradisha Hun Swaha Om Aryatare Saparivara Oma Ahum Jetsunjo me jala gujaze ngeshan yichu ba malubo de don dam je ja ke ba 22. Soji Böge Joji Medo Dram Ri Rab Ling Ji Nide Gembadu Sangye Jindu Mede Buwaye Drogu Namada Shingla Chebarjo. Please bless myself and others to accomplish all our purposes in accordance with the Dharma just as we wish, and to pacify immediately the group of hindrances, such as sicknesses, harm by spirits, and other obstacles. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Ka Niryatayami. Sangye Chedan Sogye Chenam Lai Changshu Bardu Dani Kyabje Chi Dagi Jinso Gibadi Dagi Jola Benjir Sangye Jobar Sho Sangye Chedan Sogye Chenam La Changshu Bardu Dani Kyabje Chi Dagi Jinso Gibadi Dagi Jola Benjir Sangye Jobar Sho. I go for refuge until I am enlightened, to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So, as we come to the last recitation, we'll recite the verse for the visualization, and then I thought what we'll do is we'll do the longer praises to 21 taras once in Tibetan and twice in English, and then the remainder as the short verse 4 times. And then after that, we'll do just what we did last time, which is to recite the Tara mantra, imagine receiving the lights and nectar as described in the visualization. Kule duse chungyen ba randang sunje chiyo ne junde lukun gangwa ye jinla ma lu jo ba jo. From her exalted body a stream of nectar flows and enters the crown of the beneficiary and myself, completely filling our bodies and granting all blessings. So we'll do the long ones 3 times, first in English, second in Tibetan, and third in English. Om, I prostrate to the noble, transcendent liberator. Homage Tara swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of 3 worlds, tear-born lotus. Homage she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent as 1,000-star collection. Homage golden blue one lotus, water-born in hand adorned, giving effort calm austerities, patience meditation her sphere. Homage crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquers children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with her feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage worshipped by the All-Lord, Shakra, Agni, Brahma, Marut, honored by the hosts of spirits, course racers, Gandharvas, Yakshas. Homage with her tray and patience, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left out right in, blazing in a raging raging fire blaze. Homage to a very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champions. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart, her fingers, adorn her with three jewel mudra. Light ray masses all excited, all direction wheels adorn her. Homage she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light. Mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon all ornaments when shining. Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out much light eternal. Homage she made wreath ablaze like eon ending fire abiding. Race her separation surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scaling with the letter whom the 7 levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Svaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Freeze with whom and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage Shure with seed letter, of the shape of syllable whom by foot stamping shakes the 3 worlds. Meru Mandala in Vindhya, homage holding in her hand the hermit wound of liver lake form. With twice spoken Tara and Pe, totally dispelling poisons. Homage she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in all joyful splendor. She dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. With twice Hara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating, powered by the set of 3 natures. Destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and discourses supreme Turi. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. Onje su ma ba ma jo ma la cha se lo cha sa jo ma nyo ma ba mo je ni ge she lo dang cha ma je den sun gen chi ge she ge se je we li ni jo ma cha se tun ge da wa kun tu ka wa ga ni je be she ma ka ma to ba so ba nang ki ra du che we ra ba ma che se shi ni chi ni che chi pe mi che ni nam ba ge ma jin ba sun ju ka tu zi wa zöpe santen choye nye ma chase deshin shebe tsu to taye namba gewa che ma malu paro chimba tu pe gewe seki shintu te ma chasa tu tara hungi ge dodan chodan danka ga ma jiden dimbo shoki nente lupa me pa gupa ne ma chasen gashi me la tsamba luna la so wang chu che ma jumbo rolan jiza na da na jin tsegi dune te ma chase chishi chedam pe ki paro tu go ra tu je ma ye kyun yun kyun sha gi ne de me ba tu ba shin tu ba ma cha zo tu re ji ba chen po du gi ba nam ba je ma chu gi je ye den je da o tang che ma lu se ma cha zo kun zo sun no cha gi so mo tu go nam ba gi ma lu che gi go ro gi be rang gi o gi so nan chu ma cha zo ra du ga we ji be u gi ne gi chen wa be ma che ba ra ji tu da ra ye de dang jin den wan de ze ma cha se sha mi shong we so nan tang che gu ba ni ma ni ma zhou wei you wei yi ge hong ge pong ba dang che nam ba zhe ma cha za da wei dun bu e gen gen ba dang che shin de ba ma ra ba ge na e ba me le da ba shin de e rab ze ma cha se ke be ta me da ba wei zhe ne u na ne ma ye gen yun gen ku ne go ge zai bu ni nam ba zhe ma cha shi sha shi nge la cha ge ti ge shi shi sha ge do ma zhou ye jin ze yi ge hong ge ren ba dun bo nam ni ge ma cha ne de ma ge ma shi ma nyang yin de shi che ye ni ma su ham dang yang dang de be de ba chen bo jong ba ni ma cha se ku ne ko ra ga we zai lu ni nam ba ge ma yi ge chu ni nga ni ge be re ba hong la zhong ma ni ma cha se tu rin sha ni de be hu gi nam be sa be ni ma ri ra man da ra dang be je de dan tsu nyang yu ni ma cha sa la i so yin nam be ri da da chen cha ga na ma ta ya ni ju pe ki ye ge du no ma lu pa ni se ma cha sa la i so nam ge bo la da mi a chi te ma ko na go she ge wei ji ge zu ra mi ra ngem ba ze ma cha sa ni ma da wa ge be che ne be le o ra ze ma a ra ni jo tu da ra ye shin ju ja bo rim ne se ma cha se ni ni su ne ge be ji wei tu da yang dang de ma tu da ro le no jin so na jong ba de re rab sho ni ma sa wa nga di tu ba di dang cha sa wa ni ni shu za chi English. Om, I prostrate to the noble, transcendent liberator. Homage, Tara, swift, heroic, eyes like lightning, instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of Three Worlds, tear-born lotus. Homage, she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with light rays resplendent as 1,000-star collection. Homage, golden blue on lotus, water-born and hand-adorned, giving effort, calm austerities, patience, meditation, her sphere. Homage, crown of Tathagatas, actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors' children, having reached every perfection. Homage, filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with her feet the seven worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage, worshipped by the All-Lord, Shaka, Agni, Brahma, Marut, honored by the hosts of spirits, course racers, Gandhavas, Yakshas. Homage with her tray and paisans, destroying foes' magic diagrams, her feet pressing left at right in, blazing in a raging fire blaze. Homage to her very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champions, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart, her fingers, adorn her with three-jewel mudra, bright ray masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage, she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, mirthful laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage, she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking, frowning with her hung sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage, crown adorned with crescent, moon all ornaments most shining, Amitabha in her hair knot, sending out one light eternal. Streamers wreath ablaze like eon-ending fire abiding. Righteous just surrounds you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage, she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scaling with the letter Hungda. 7 levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Svaha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she with joy surrounded, tearing foes' bodies asunder. Frees with Om and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to her with seed letter, of the shape of syllable. By foot stamping shakes the 3 worlds, Meru, Mandara, and Vindhya. Homage holding in her hand the hair marked moon of Deva lake form, with twice spoken Tara Mpe, totally dispelling poison. Homage, she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage, she whose eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, with Vaishara and Tutare, she dispels severe contagion. Homage full of liberating, powered by the set of 3 natures, destroys hosts of spirits, yakshas, and raise courses supreme Turi. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. So we'll do this short praise 4 times, the first time in Tibetan and the last 3 times in English. On chonden de ma lamo drama la chase lo chaza drama thare pelmo tutara yi jigun se ma ture dundam tamshe terma swaha yige chela radu. Om, I prostrate to the goddess foe destroyer, liberating Lady Tara. Homage to Tare, savioress heroine, with Tutare dispelling all fears, granting all benefits with Ture. To her with sounds Faha I bow. Om, I prostrate to the goddess foe destroyer, liberating Lady Tara. Homage to Tare, savioress heroine, with Tutare dispelling all fears, granting all benefits with Ture. To her with sounds Faha I bow. Om, I bow to the goddess foe destroyer, liberating Lady Tara. Homage to Tare, savioress heroine, with Tutare dispelling all fears, granting all benefits with Ture. To her with sounds Faha I bow. So just to remind you of the visualization, from the front generation Tara, from her exalted body a stream of nectar flows and enters the crown of the beneficiary and myself. So in this case, the beneficiary can be all sentient beings who are surrounding us, but in human form. And the nectar completely fills our bodies and grants all blessings. So we'll recite the Tara mantra together for 5 minutes. You can recite audibly first and then quietly. Om tare tutare ture soha, 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 om tare tutare ture soha. Om tare tutare ture soha, 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 om tare tutare ture soha. Penyung Giminam. So we'll recite the prayer for the benefits in English. Whoever is endowed with devotion for the goddess and recites this with supreme faith, Remembering it at dawn upon waking and in the evening will be granted fearlessness, will perfectly pacify all negativities, and will eliminate all unfortunate migrations. The multitudes of conquerors will quickly grant initiation. Thus, endowed with this greatness, one will eventually reach the state of a Buddha. If affected by the most terrible poison, whether ingested, drunk, or from a living being, just by remembering will one be thoroughly cleansed. If this prayer is recited 2, 3, or 7 times, it will pacify all the sufferings of torments caused by spirits, fevers, and poisons, and by other beings as well. If you wish for a child, you will get a child. If you wish for wealth, you will receive wealth. All your wishes will be fulfilled, and all obstacles pacified. Offering the Torma. Om Benza Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Om Pe Oma Sabawa Shuddha Sawa Dhamma Sabawa Shuddho Han Tompa Nidu Jor Tompe Ngane Yamle Lung Jale Me Ale Yeshe Gi Kapala Yangshin Gya Chewe Nangdu Sha Nga Dutse Nga We Jongwe Yeshe Gi Dutse Gya So Chempor Jor Oma Ahung Oma Ahung Oma Ahung Lama Jetsume Laso Nangi Je Doje Hujigi Bugu Jande Sowa Jor. The gurus and hosts of deities of Venerable Aryatara partake of the Torma by drawing it up through the light straw of their Vajra tongues. And so if you want to know, I don't know if people can see me, if you want to know the mudra for offering the Torma, it's actually really easy. As you say the mantra, you just go like this and lift upwards. So it's like this, out, and then upwards. Hopefully people can see. Om Aryatara Sapariwara Idambalimta Kakakai Kahi. Om Aryatara Sapariwara Idambalimta Kakakai Kahi. Om Aryatara Sapariwara Idambalimta Kakakai Kahi. Om Aryatara Sapariwara Agam Pajem Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nude Shada Pradishahum Swaha. Om Aryatara Sapariwara Oma Ahum. Ladan Lamin Chibengi Jani Pema Ladite Pumpa Kunle Drezema Joma Yomla Chase. Then Gewe Munam. Sorry. So we'll do the final prayers in English, and then we'll recite the prayer for the swift return of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Venerable Aryatara and your retinue, please bless me with the affection of your non-referential compassion, so I may be able to fulfill all my wishes without obstacles. Let the teachings and practice of the victorious ones in general, and the doctrine of Losang in particular, spread to the 10 directions. Let the Sangha who uphold the doctrine be harmonious, and may their enlightened activities increase. Please pacify conflicts, famine, and sickness in this country. Increase the Dharma and good fortune. Expand the power of Dharma rulers, and grant happiness to the central and border areas. Please protect us from temporary and ultimate fears, such as the 8 and 16 great fears, spirits, plagues, nightmares, and bad omens, as well as the sufferings of samsara, the unfortunate states, and so forth. May life, prosperity, and merits increase. May all negative thoughts be pacified. Please grant your blessings that realizations of the 3 principles of the path, the 2 stages, may quickly be completed. From now until the essence of enlightenment, I have no other refuge than you. Bless me and care for me, as a mother does for her only child. 100-syllable mantra. Om Pema Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Pema Sattva Tena Patita Jirame Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Subhagaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Savasidi Me Prayas Savakama Sutsame Sisanshiyam Kuruhung Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Pema Mame Musa Pema Bhava Mahasamaya Sato Ahum Te Manye Yonsu Mache Dang Ganya Nuba Mache Ba Dine Jawa Gangi Ba Dekun Geji Zezeri Laba Dhani Cheba Dang Chege Yenla Nyamba Dang Dagi Jengi Chije Ba Deyan Zeba Zedu So with all my actions performed here, with whatever I could not find or was not able to do, please be patient. Please also be patient with the rituals I have performed incorrectly or with omissions. For the benefit of migratory beings, please abide in this image, granting wealth, highest goodness, and long life free from sickness. Om Supratishta Benzaye Swaha. Oh yeah, so now we toss flower petals to the merit field. Yeshe parang jingi ne shushe danse parang ni la tempar jor. And so imagine now that the principle, all the deities have dissolved into the principle Tara. And the principle Tara dissolves into light and enters into your crown and absorbs into your heart. And as you hold Tara in your heart, reflect that she is inseparable, of one nature with your root guru. So holding that awareness in our hearts, we'll make the prayers for the swift return of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and then we will close the session with the final dedication. So I'm wondering, because this was recited with a very lovely tune at the Tibetan Cultural Center, so I'd like to do it twice in Tibetan and once in English. I'm going to do my best with the tune. I think it goes something like this. Oh, sorry. Okay. Got it. Okay. So I think it goes something like this. Oh, Rinpoche ki shabdente. Dame dunpa gese nyen razo lo zangye wa yaze juba che rajan jinge kya ma lebe dende mba jebe gele so. Yonsu zobe tubden rinpoche shedan jube zinshen pe wala namya mijum zobe gochache sume jetsu nama sulwade Pende malu jungwe gojibu gewe tenda magyo jowayu dun la jidu tsumba zebe mu lobo shiwa shede yire bang Undan Jesu gyazo jin labda gyeze nangi tuge laboche lume dembe yanju sabezum kesan duje pedun yochajo Dame dumba gyese nyeran so lo zangyewa yavze gyubaje rajan jinge gyavye marupa dende mumba jube gede so Yongzu Zobe Tude Rinpoche Shedon Zhube Zinshin Pewala Namya Mijun Zebe Gocha Jen Sume Jetsu Lama Sewade Pende Malu Jungwe Gejibu Gyewe Tenda Magyo Jowaye Dena Jidu Zimba Zebemur Lobo Shiwa Shede Yerebang Hundan Josun Gyatso Jin Labdaham Gyelsi Nangi Tugi Laboje Lume Dembe Yanju Sabezu Kesan Duje Perdun Yoshe Sho. So once in English. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Lozang father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now, holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings. Through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make requests, while striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss! Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for all fortunate disciples. Like a wish-fulfilling tree in a fortune-jeweled vase, you are the wish-fulfilling treasure, granting all desires and fulfilling all hopes. O conquerors, Mother Tara, and all conquerors with your children, take care of me and grant the auspicious signs of increasing virtue. So, praying for the swift return of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, to continue to turn the wheel of Dharma for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings. And also to pray for the kindness and harmony of all of Rinpoche's students and well-wishers, to continue to turn the Dharma wheel during his hopefully very brief absence. And to pray that through the merits that we've collected together today, that all wars and conflicts, pandemics, famines, and so forth may be completely eradicated from this vast world. May the sun of happiness shine upon all beings within samsara, without a single exception. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody, for these prayers for the swift return of Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Please do stay tuned to our website for other prayers and practices in honor of Rinpoche, and also keep an eye on our Facebook page for updates from FPMT about Rinpoche's holy body, about ongoing prayers for the 49 days, and also about many new prayers for the swift return that are being composed. Thanks so much, everybody.
Kuche Nang.
Take care, everybody.